Hello and welcome to another introductory tutorial video on the Intro to Biomedical Sciences second year. Know your courses. Okay, so like I said again, this is one of those courses again that applies to both uh, pharmacy and biomedical sciences. And physiology, particularly, it also caters for what's this? I already said pharmacy. So physiology, you have it in pharmacy. Biomedical sciences, you also have it in physiotherapy and radiography. So if you're from any of those courses, any of those programs rather, you can watch this video as well as an explainer on physiology. So let's get right into it. All right, so physiology, human physiology, you're going to be calling it human physiology. Basically, is the study of normal function within the body. So, what you'll be dealing with in the entirety of physiology is the normal functioning. In anatomy, you learn different structures, okay, different systems, different tissues. But then in human physiology, you talk about how they work, what mechanism does this organ uh, how does food move from where? How does the skin do this? So let's say, for example, you learn about the skin and the different cells that are in the skin in anatomy. Then in physiology, you're going to be talking about uh, what those cells do and by what mechanism do they do that. Let's say, for example, we know that the skin, one of the skin's functions is to maintain homeostasis in terms of temperature, thermoregulation. How does it do that? All of that. So you're going to be learning that in human physiology. So the mode of delivery for this particular course is mainly you're going to be having physical lectures and rarely online lectures. Same with anatomy. You have rare online classes for physiology. Then I'm also going to be having lab sessions here in physiology. There'll be lab sessions. Why am I saying lab? But yes, lab sessions, 5 to 7 lab sessions, which comprise about 5% of your CA. Then there'll be random quizzes at the end of the lecture or the topic, especially at the very beginning. These are quite common pop-up quizzes and the like. So the moment you start learning, just start studying. So that also carries about 5% of your CA. They might tweak it here and there under special circumstances, but just take it roughly as that. And then you'll be having presentations as well, which will add to the quizzes. And like I said, it will be tweaked depending on their liking. And then tests, you're going to have 2 or 3 tests per academic year, which will have MCQs, true or false questions, short and long essays. Okay, so this is the standard format for physiology. MCQs, true or false, then short and long essays. Okay, that's how you're going to be writing your physiology. Every test, every exam is structured this way. And your total CA is also 40% here. And then the pointers here, one of the core courses again, it's also one of the core courses where people tend to repeat, people tend to have a lot of subs in this course. It's like one of those courses that people fear, but you don't have to if you just follow uh, the things that we are outlining in these videos and how exactly we can help you get ahead and shoot. So majority of things you have to understand in physiology because you're talking about normal functioning, and for functions of something, if you're talking about the how of how it happens, you're going to have to understand a lot of things. Basically. Memory, yes, you're going to have to memorize certain things, but mostly here you have to understand. In physiology, you just have to understand because if you don't, trust me, you're going to have a hard time with physiology. And then the memorizing part comes in when you have to memorize certain MCQs, why certain answers are true and why certain answers are false. If you memorize here and there because they repeat questions, luckily, so you find that it makes your life easier like that. Otherwise, make sure you understand because I'll give you this short story. What happened last year? They were repeating questions for most of the tests, but the exams had a bunch of new questions. So what that meant is that you have to rely on your understanding for you to answer those questions rather than just relying on memory, on having solved those questions before, and things like that. So understanding played a key role to those who cleared physiology last year. So this year you can also bet on the same. Make sure you understand so that you are on the safe side. It needs a good chunk of your attention. Also, one of those courses that you can't, by any means, uh, underestimate. Okay, this one is a heavy course, no lie. They say that yes, you can't underestimate any course that was, but this one you have to pay particular attention to it, just like anatomy. All right, so let's keep going. How to study physiology as well. So physiology, how to study it. Not so different from anatomy. Attend classes and take notes. This gives you a general idea of what's happening. Use lecture slides and lecture notes that you took to give you an overview of the topic, and then use recommended books again to get a general sense of direction for the topic. Sorry, I hope I did not mix that up. So use lecture slides to get a general sense of direction for the topic, and then use the recommended books to get the full information. So most people for physiology will rather tend to watch tutorials and the like, which is perfectly acceptable. But yeah, me personally, I've always been a book person, so I'd rather get my information from the books. But tutorial videos here and there, they're also very helpful when it comes to physiology. Very helpful for quick understanding and the like. So the recommended textbooks for physiology will be Ganon's Review of Medical Physiology, Essentials of Medical Physiology, and Guyton and Hall Textbook of Medical Physiology. These are the books that are recommended um, for physiology. Ganon's has this is the book I like, but the problem with it is that the English that is there is hard, so to say. It's not doesn't have easy English. Yeah, I think it's for those people who did a lot of private schooling. It's those of us who had government school here. But this is a book I like because for some reason this is the standard. The values is the standard. This is where they get the standard values. And for essentials, it has good English, well explained, and it's easy to understand. But the pages become a lot because everything has been simplified. So it takes a lot more pages. And Guyton and Ho is like right there in the middle between the two. Okay. There's also another book that you can use. I've just forgotten the name, but we'll bring it up as we go. And another thing with this one is go through. I don't know why I didn't put this one in red, but go through a lot of questions, past papers, pamphlets. There's something called the Jesus PDF where they get their MCQs and true or falses questions. So go through a lot of questions here because they repeat, and their questions usually, especially for true or false, it's possible to still get them wrong even if you go through questions before. Okay, and what was if you just study, you read your notes and the like, and then you go to answer the questions, you'll be surprised. You think but you know, things are different. So please go through a lot of questions to gain experience. Just like I said for the video for anatomy, go through a lot of questions. They help you bridge your knowledge gaps, and they also help you in case they repeat, and they also um, just sharpen your understanding and everything. All right. How does Get Ahead Institute again come in with this? Video explainers, we get information from the recommended books, compile it all together in a well presented manner that helps you understand things at the very core. What exactly do they need you to do? We also teach you how to answer the questions that, true or false questions, how to tackle your essays, how to write your essays. We have question banks, essay pamphlets where we have basically we keep adding, but basically almost all the essays that they can ask you about, we have written about them it's in our files. It's there. Okay, so we do have information that you need to help you just give it out there to make your life easy, so to say. Instead of you going to look for stuff, we have made everything easily accessible for you on our drive. Question review sessions, just like in anatomy, we have a session where we just do questions. We do questions. We do have marathons. If you are having like exams near or tests near, we do have all of those quizzes to assist yourself as well. In the weekends, you do a short quiz so that we at least see where we are when we are studying. Okay, and the materials are already organized in the drive in form of revision packages and everything. Like I said, the material for last year is still on the drive and it will still remain there in case you want to go refer to that. The past papers, even for the exam that was written last year for physiology, is already solved. So, like I said, the information is there and we've made life quite easy for you. So, do find yourself registered with Get Ahead Institute at only the price of 70 kwacha uh, per course. I don't know if I attached my line in the previous video. This is a line that you can contact on WhatsApp for you to get enrolled, and then we'll have you registered, put you in the necessary groups, and then give you access to the drive as well. Okay, that's that. So see you and bye bye.